And welcome back to our live show. According to UNOS, the United Network for Organ Sharing, about 45% of Americans are organ donors, but there are still tens of thousands of people waiting on transplant lists, and an average of 22 of them die every day.
We are joined today by Heather James, who is a double transplant recipient, and Lisa Schaffner from UNOS. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you both here. We'll get to Lisa in a minute. She's done this lots of times.
That's
Let's
right.
have you in here. This is very exciting, and we had you over here waiting for the whole show, so we saved the best till last.
Oh, thank you.
You're going to be a big part of this event coming up, aren't you?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be speaking a little bit about my journey and how UNOS really helped, get the perfect organs for me and, save my life.
And you are a double transplant recipient. Tell us how that came
Correct.
about.
Well, I was born with a genetic lung disease called cystic fibrosis. I grew up with it my whole life, been in and out of the hospital. And by the end of high school, my lung capacity had dropped to the point where my real only hope of survival was a double lung transplant. So my parents and I, we moved down to Duke temporarily and waited 9 months, and I got a double lung and liver transplant. Because sometimes patients also develop liver cirrhosis, and I was one of them. So they did both at the same time.
So you can speak personally as far as what it's like to be the recipient of
Right.
someone's generosity of being
Right.
an organ donor.
Right, being an organ donor is the most selfless gift you can give anyone. I know for a fact that I would not be here today if it weren't for my donor.
And that was quite a bit, too. Both lungs and
Both
liver.
lungs, yeah, both lungs and liver.
Yeah. Lisa, the fact that lives are saved all over America by people right here in Richmond, Virginia,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty amazing how far this has come in a short period of time.
Oh, it's amazing how far. UNOS was established in 1984, and so often I've come here a few times to talk about it, but I love this organization, and Richmond should be so proud. National nonprofit based in downtown Richmond, and we run the transplant system. So every life-saving organ transplant, just like Heather's, those matches are made in downtown Richmond. Heart, lung, liver, kidney, pancreas, intestine. 6 life-saving organs. We do the matches 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And today, from the time that you got up very early this morning until the time that you go to bed tonight, 85 lives will be saved because of transplant, because of that matching that takes place through the computer system in downtown Richmond at UNOS, United Network for Organ Sharing.
And that's also important because this big soiree you have coming up is at the UNOS headquarters.
It is the only fundraising awareness event that takes place where the mission is centered. So as we have 425 guests who are eating and enjoying their way through the evening, just 2 levels up is actually where the mission's taking place. The matching will be going on that night right at our headquarters at 4th and Jackson.
That's an office party unlike any office party anywhere.
Unlike anywhere else. So it's a wonderful, and as we said, there are so many different events and so many other nonprofits with wonderful, wonderful missions. But this is so wonderful because you know that every dollar that you're giving is helping to save lives like this, to make that match possible. And we'll have lots of food and drink that will be there that evening. And we've also, this is the first time, it's so exciting, we have 2 recipients who are transplant kidney recipients, and they're both chefs by professional trade, and we're having an Iron Chef competition for the first time ever.
Between recipients?
Between recipients.
Wow.
Is that exciting or what?
That is exciting.
I know. So there's a lot of things. And of course, we've got the heart of the entire soiree, which takes place this Friday beginning at 7 o'clock, is the idea and the fact that you get to meet those that you are helping firsthand. Not only the transplant recipients like Heather, but also so many of our donor family members whose loved one gave that gift that made this possible. Transplant professionals, as well as living donors. There are many here in our community who've been living donors and saved lives by giving a kidney or a portion of their liver.
So there'll be donors there and recipients there?
That's correct.
Oh, that's
well,
great.
and that's for living donors and then donor family members as well. Yes.
Let's tell folks where it is. The UNOS 8th Annual Soiree is this Friday, October 7th at the UNOS headquarters in downtown Richmond on North 4th Street. We'll put a link to more information on how to get tickets on our show website.